I don't think the president did himself any favors in that speech. He undercut two of his biggest messages. This is becoming a 5-alarm fire for the White House.
Mexico? Mexico? Where did that come from? I mean, that's the only thing anyone's going to remember from this.
Mexico, Mid-Iran, Jackie Walorski. Where did any of it come from? So what happens now? Let's bring in the host of the Trish Regan Show. Trish Regan. Hey, lady. Let's not forget the White House reviewed this report, chose not to redact any of it. Now, political watchers are suggesting this report will allow Democrats to swap out Biden for someone who will have no vetting and no voting. What do you think?
It's an interesting idea. I mean, we've said all along that there's no way that they can run him. I look at these poll numbers that keep coming in. And by the way, I think these poll numbers are light in that a lot of people, when you ask them about the issues, you'll see like a 20 or 30 point spread between Biden and Trump. But then when it comes to, are you going to vote for him? You only see like a 5-point spread. I think we're not getting the whole picture there, Chris, that in fact, a lot more people, it's more like the 20, 30 point spread, right? A lot more people are going to vote for Trump, and he's just not polling the way one normally would, in part because, well, there's this stigma that they've put around it all. So they know this too. They know this too, and they're looking at these polls, and they need a way out. They can't run. I mean, think about it. If you're in the White House right now or you're in the Democrat Party, how is there any way that you run this guy? You are taking on enormous risk because chances are he's not getting elected. So you need someone else, but you need an excuse. I think you got yourself one right now. I think you do.
Well, I think you do as well. But, you know, what does it say? Democrats are just worried about winning the election, not all the damage this guy has been doing to the country. You know, they don't care about the people. They just care about their own political fortunes. Oh. What did you make of Joe Biden blowing up at reporters? I mean, he was kind of fit to be tied as the reporters were quoting the report and Joe Biden trying to spin everything, saying that's not what it says.
Well, unfortunately, and I say this, and I say this not in a lighthearted way, but in a very serious way. Unfortunately, when you look at dementia, and I'm not a doctor, I'm going to qualify this, but I have been around people who have had this, and it's a very sad illness. But one of the things that you start to see is not only does their memory go, and we've seen that especially very acutely in recent weeks, their memory goes, and then there's some anger that sets in. He embodied the characterization of the angry old man, Chris. And that was on full display. If I were on his team, I'd be having heart palpitations because I'd say, gosh darn it, we can't let him out there like this. He was the angry old man, and they were all these young whippersnaps, right? They're in the press pool, and he decided he was going to tell them. That did not make him look good. That did not win him any favors, shall we say. And
they all
I
voted
do think
for
it's
him,
serious.
you know?
I actually think people should be taking this very seriously in terms of his health.
No, it should. They should be. And you're right to qualify. Neither you or I are doctors, but we have seen this. Those of us who have been around individuals afflicted with dementia have noticed these similar patterns. But you know what also says about the press that half the people in that room, actually majority of the people in that room, voted for the guy. The Republican Party, in the meantime, Trish, has done nothing to stop this regime from destroying this country right before our very eyes. American people are calling for Joe Biden's impeachment, but the GOP can't even remove Alejandro Mayorkas. In my opinion, the Biden era has revealed that this two-party system is really a sham. Where am I going wrong here?
Look, I mean, it's a conversation worth having. I know Dean Phillips would love to have it with you, as would Nikki Haley, right? But it's what we got right now. All right. It is what we got. And what we're challenged with, I think, in terms of when you look at the Mayorkas stuff, is that there's a rift within the party itself. My advice to the party would be to get over it. Because if you don't get over it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a big problem come 24. And the nation is going to have a big problem because we're going to be, and I'm a policy wonk, you know that, right? I like literally read every single tax plan. When I saw Trump's back in 2016, I'm like, wow, this is good. This makes sense. This would make sense for our economy. And I say that, really it's separate from every, he had good policy, good, strong policy. And that's what we need in the nation right now.